Day 46. Going to the Bureau of Immigration at Lapu-Lapu. I woke up this morning and once again I had my usual pre-breakfast fruit and left the hotel at around 8:15, 8:30ish, something like that, to go to take a bus to Naga, and from Naga to Cebu, and from Cebu some way to Lapu-Lapu. And I was actually originally intending to go to Mandaue and get a place there. But things turned out quite differently. This is the Philippines. What I should have done is take a jeepney at the public market to Lutopan, and from Lutopan any bus in the direction of Cebu. I did not. I was foolish enough to ask a Filipino, and he got me a tricycle to the bus stop of Toledo, and there I could take a bus to Cebu. That was a bad idea. It was more expensive, and it took me... I left Toledo in the end at around 11:15, something like that. So it took me nearly 3 hours to leave Toledo, and that was because at that bus stop there simply was no bus arriving, and it wasn't arriving, and it wasn't arriving, and as soon as it was there, it wasn't leaving, and it wasn't leaving, and it wasn't leaving. What I should have done is take a jeepney, because those jeepneys drive plentiful. Drive to Lutopan, and from Lutopan take any bus that goes into the direction of Cebu, because the bus I ultimately entered was also passed by other buses and jeepneys, and it annoyed the hell out of me. So that was a bad start of the day. In the end, the bus did leave at around 11:15, and I went to Naga with it. It was a direct connection into Cebu City, so that's the good news. But the traffic in between Naga and Cebu was quite bad. And along the way, I met up with a Filipina single mother. Man, this girl was dead poor. With a small child, 2 years old, pregnant from a next child. She had a little cough. No money. She was out to visit her sick mother in Toledo. A girl and the child coming with a questionable future. But she wasn't a beggar, and it was a nice girl of 22 years old. So she basically traveled with me from Toledo to Cebu City, and in Cebu City I gave her a nice modest lunch, and she helped me get through the chaos of Cebu City and quickly got me on a ferry to Lapu-Lapu. If I wouldn't have this lady, small girl, along, then no way I would have made it on time to the Bureau of Immigration today. I decided on the bus that getting a place to sleep at Mandaue wasn't gonna happen. It just didn't fit the schedule. And so I arrived at the bus stop, and this girl took me to after we had lunch, this girl took me to a jeepney that drove to the ferry terminal, and the ferry, for a modest fee, brought us to the Lapu-Lapu public market, which was kind of sort of ideal, because I checked out a few hotels here in the area, and this hotel seemed suitable for me, and it was on the route from the arrival of the ferry and the Bureau of Immigration. So I landed with the ferry at the city, and then it was 1.5 kilometer walking towards this hotel. Got myself to a place to sleep, and another 1.5 kilometers walking towards the Bureau of Immigration. And I was lucky. I arrived at nearly 4 o'clock in the afternoon, something like that, a little bit sooner. And I was just about to, with one exception, I was the last person they helped today, and I got the extension. There was a different atmosphere at that bureau than there was the last time. Less agreeable. These people, in some sense, they almost seemed a bit arrogant, which comes to me as no surprise. Working there is bad for the quality of your character as an employee. But I got the extension and no ACR references or anything. Man, this country is so strange. I just applied for the extension and kept my mouth shut, and I got it for 8,111 pesos by just asking for it and shutting up for, let's say, 30 minutes, maybe 45. And then got myself dinner here in the city. I walked around and realized that it was a good decision not to explore Lapu-Lapu because there's not that much to be seen here. It's just one big stinky city island. But I got myself a nice dinner, and I slapped a dog that was harassing me. I don't dislike the dogs, let me get that perfectly clear, but I don't want their stinky paws with potential skin diseases on me. So, and I slapped it pretty hard. And now I'm back in the hotel. This hotel at 1,700 pesos a night is not that inexpensive, but I just realized but it is a nice hotel, there's no doubt about that. It looks quite clean. This place is new, has a nice bathroom, so that's all good. And I just figured out that it also includes breakfast, so I am content with what I got. Tomorrow is going to be the voyage to Danaoe, north of Cebu City.